Action.
Action. Let's go. All right. So here we're talking about the REVO valves, and this one is obviously the gas injection valve. And this guy right here, that's a gas releasing valve. I mean, it's common sense, right? I mean, which gas pistol doesn't have that? I mean, for our BN9, we got this magazine right here, but what's truly special about this brand new system, let me go over the gas injection valve first. Right. Once you look closely, you see like that little tiny hole right there? Mm-hmm. Right. That little hole, it actually spits out the unneeded air pressure inside the magazine. So what this does is, a lot of times, you know, like every time we fill our gas magazine, what we do is we count it maybe 5 seconds, sometimes 3 seconds, sometimes 10 seconds. But the problem with that is there are actually air pressures inside the magazine. So if your gas can, there's not enough gas pressure inside, then the liquid gas can only get into maybe like only by 1 gram or 2 gram. And the problem with that is your magazine will shoot a lot lesser. Obviously, there's less gas, right? But then with this brand new system, ICS, we spend a lot of time working on this design. So what this means is, this mechanical-based design would actually, while you are charging the magazine, it also spits out tiny bit of gas out. So what this means is, it actually spits out the unneeded air pressure inside, allows you to pour in more liquid gas into the magazine. And this is not the best part yet. The best part is, you see the reason why this thing is so long? Because we actually designed it this long. So meaning, we get to control how much gas that goes inside the magazine. Let me do a very quick demo for you. Alright, now we got this gas can right here. And when you pour the gas, it will sound different because again, it's spitting out a tiny bit of gas. So it will have that a little bit of buzzing sound. This is not the problem, this is just how this thing works. Alright, take a look. Now I'm charging the gas. You see, it's actually spitting out like liquid gas out. This means, hey bro, I'm full. Stop pouring gas into me. So this actually informs the user, now the magazine is fully filled. And the best part is, when we designed it this way, we get to control how much liquid gas goes inside the magazine. So we measure the most proper amount of liquid gas that's most suitable for each single pistol that we're launching for 2019. So this is something brand new, and always, every time when the users see the valve spitting out gas, that means it informs the user it's filled. So, and what this does is obviously, like, once you got this filled all the way, then it results in 4 complete mag dump on the BN9, which is a lot. Really, right? But a lot of users would be asking, like, we don't really care about that option because, again, you know, every time I go off to the field, I would charge my gas again. Actually, this means this gun is very gas efficient, so it would be more likely to operate under colder environment. Right, let me release the gas. So that's about it for the gas injection valve. Now let's go to the truly revolutionary part of the valve that we have designed it. So now you guys take a look. If you look closely, there's this little thing that's got machined on the cap. So what this little cap is, you know, like for the traditional valves, there's nothing you can do with it. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just the way it is. I mean, if it doesn't suit your environment, that's your business. There's no way you can get it open. But now for the new design, we actually designed it that the consumers can now finally adjust and also set up according to the environment they live in. That's something new, huh? All right, so the way to do it, it's actually very simple. All you need to do is just take a very regular computer screwdrivers, and there's this edge-headed screwdriver, this guy right here. I mean, you can find it from most of the electronic stores. So what you do is, for the stock valves, it's we got a bit of Loctite added on the cap, so it will be easier if you can use a plier, kind of clip onto the end, clip on it like that, and then use this little screwdriver, spin counterclockwise to get it open. Right, once you got it open, you can hold it by hand. It will be a lot easier. Right. Once I get the cap off, then now the person gets full access into like what's inside the valve. So what this does is, the first thing is, the consumer, they can now finally clean their valve instead of just spitting like a bunch of silicone oil into it. But then now you can finally clean what's inside, and also now you can start doing the setup. So while you are filming, you see there's this little O-ring, and then also there's this little spring. So according to like all kinds of different environment, let's say with the O-ring, it prevents too much travel on the valve. So once you put it inside, and then once you screw this back on, do it real quick. Now you see the traveling distance is a lot shorter. This is much more suitable for like hot weathers. A lot of times, you know, when airsofters, they play on the field, when the weather gets too hot, the gas magazine gets overpressured. Sometimes the FPS limit might get a little too high for the other players. So this way it ensures the gun stays gas efficient, at the same time it limits the FPS that goes out from the gun. Now it goes to the cooler environment. Because for the cooler environments, the gas wouldn't be as high pressure, and so that way you actually need to release slightly more gas into the gun to make it operate. So for that case, all you need to do is just get it open, take the O-ring out, and then you set this spring right in there. So what this really does is, now when I put it back together, oops, my bad. And we recommend adding a bit of Loctite on the cap, because you don't want to lose the cap or that thing falls off in the middle of the game. Now you see, like with the spring added, now the travel distance is a lot longer in comparison to the one where you had the O-ring. That way it spits out more gas, and then the consumer can really set it up for different environments. And last but not the least, you see how all these parts comes together? Now you can actually get to adjust the cap once you got the Loctite on. So let's say if I get it loosened, make it longer, then that means it will spit out a lot more gas, because now the travel is so much longer. But at the same time, if you want to make it shorter or make it standard, you just put the cap back on, then the travel will be shorter. So again, the consumers get to adjust exactly the way how they love the system. And then yeah, so that's why we're so excited with this brand new system, because this goes on to, we got the shorter version and also the longer version. And let me tell you the best part. The shorter version goes on to all the systems all the new guns that are coming out 2019. And this one is Tokyo Marui Glock compatible. Whoa. Yeah, so meaning all the Tokyo Marui parts, it's good to go. And this is the good news. This goes on to the PRS, and this is Tokyo Marui High Kappa and 1911 compatible. Beautiful, huh? Yeah. With the new system incorporated, then now this it will really enhance the performance on your pistol, and then turn it into something different. So yeah, that's a brand new technology that we got this year. Hope you guys like it.